Hey, welcome to Marathon, Wisconsin for Merriwood South Conference Championship game tonight. The game tonight features visiting Auburndale Eagles. My apologies sincerely for that. I guess I'm an old-timer used to old-time names, but the Auburndale Eagles taking on the home team Marathon Red Raiders. This is a big Merriwood South Conference Championship game Tuesday night. Great, unbelievable game. And we'd like to thank our pregame show sponsor, Brickner Motors of Little Chicago. Today's pregame show is brought to you by Brickner, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep. When you need a new vehicle, let their family take care of yours on Little Chicago's northeast side. And taking care of business, that's what the Auburndale Eagles did on Tuesday night. What a great game down in Auburndale. Auburndale jumps out 3-0. Looks like they're in total control. The Red Raiders come back and tie it at 3. Then go ahead 5-3, and Auburndale comes back and ties it. Game goes extra inning. Base runners for both teams. Auburndale in extra innings gets the runner on first. She moves to second on a throwing error. Base hit to the outfield. Auburndale wins, and that was huge because that's put Auburndale in conference. They jump out to a one-game lead on the Marathon Red Raiders. Right now, Auburndale 7-0. They win tonight. Conference championship outright. Marathon 6-1. They win tonight. They share the conference title with Auburndale. Stratford is 5-2 in second place. On the bottom, fourth place would be Edgar at a 2-5. Assumption 1-6, and Newman 0-7. Overall, Marathon and Auburndale are both 13-2, and that's really big when it comes time to seeding coming down the road here because the playoffs are coming pretty quick. You think about already as about 2 weeks left in the spring sports season for both boys and girls and the track, and then the WIAA playoffs will start. So crunch time coming up. Big change tonight, though. It's kind of interesting talking to Coach Fred before the game. Allison Pajesic took the mound on Tuesday against Auburndale. He's been a change of plans tonight. He's giving the starting nod to Tyler Bilkey-Soibert, the second pitcher for the Marathon Red Raiders. So we'll see if that strategy works out. You hope it does for the Red Raiders, and if you're Auburndale, you'll say, all right, we'll see what you got. We can beat anyone. So again, big game tonight on a conference championship on the line. And with that, we'll leave the pregame sponsor show from Brickner Little Motors of Chicago, and we'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Here at Brickner Motors, in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep, and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us. Marathon's favorite bowling alley and family fun center is Marathon Sports Center on Highway 107 in Marathon. Birthday parties, nights out with the family, night leagues, dinner with the family, and so much more is all under one roof at Marathon Sports Center. Open for on Wednesday through Sunday with a menu that includes burgers, pizza, nachos, Friday fish fry, and so much more. You'll love the fun, energetic atmosphere with plenty of TVs to watch the big game and plenty of space for your next celebration or event at Marathon Sports Center on Highway 107 in Marathon.
Back in Marathon with Trevor and Chuck here for a Merriwood South Conference Championship game between the Marathon Red Raiders, the home team, and the visiting team, Auburndale Eagle. Auburndale jumps out to a 7-0 record after beating Marathon on Tuesday night down in Auburndale. Again, Auburndale wins, outright champs. Marathon wins, let's share the conference title for the Red Raiders. Starting lineups for the Auburndale Eagles. Morgan Griesbach, the pitcher, leads off. Bree Grimm, the shortstop, followed by Danica Blomberg behind the plate. Mia Kratzenberger at third base. Jalen Blomberg at second. Chesley Nagel, the center fielder. Grace Shilkley, the right fielder. Brianna Thiel is the designated hitter, batting for Lilla. I'm sorry, those are the names we're given. We got to go by that. Belanti. And again, I really sincerely apologize. Those are the names we were told. So, Brianna Thiel's the DH, and Jalen Scher is left field. For the home team, Marathon Red Raiders, Brindley Stencil, the right fielder, leads it off. Maven Schneider, the shortstop. Danica Staus behind the plate. Reagan Martin, the left fielder. Ripley Skripchek moved to second. Allison Pajeski moved to third base. Miley Hilke roams in center field. Tyler Bilke-Seibert is on the mound. Peyton Brickner is a DH. And Sophia Kahn at first base. So that's what it's looking like tonight for the Auburndale versus the Marathon Red Raiders tonight. And a nice thing tonight, too, also the boys are playing. The boys are taking on, over at the high school field, taking on the Auburndale boys team. So it kind of works out that they both, it just kind of probably saves on travel. Everyone keeps busy there. And if you looked over there, we could probably see the ball game if it wasn't for Marathon Cheese sitting in the way of the big building. We also think Marathon City Sports Center. At Marathon City Sports Center, you'll always find great food, cold drinks, bowling league, and a great place for your next party or get-together. For the best in marathon dinner or get-together, come to Marathon City Sports Center, south on 107. And since we are listening to the national anthem, we'll take another break here on Zaleski Sports.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
We're back here in Marathon with Trevor on the board, kind of controlling things. I'm Chuck Wolfowitz doing the play-by-play here. And the new athletic complex was just dedicated this week here in Marathon. They have 3 baseball/softball fields, which kind of works out kind of nice now because of the majors and minor little leagues can play on the same nights, save some parents a bunch of travel, and the girls softball can play here. And they plan on having tournaments here and different things like that. So a nice little complex here in Marathon for the softball and baseball youth of Marathon. It's also Parents' Night for the Marathon Red Raiders. Introduction of all the parents from the freshman players all the way up to the 2 seniors that here for Marathon. Again, pitching change for Marathon. Pajeski, who was the losing pitcher, did a nice job the other night at Auburndale, moves to third base, and taking her place on the mound is Tyler Bilke-Seibert. And talking to Coach Fred before the game, they got confidence in both. Both girls are not mad. They know what's going on, and sometimes that change of pace makes all the difference in the world for the opposing team. Looking at the seating meetings coming up too, again, that's a lot of it's no longer the coaches arguing each other. The computer kind of looks at things and kind of decides what's going on. So it'll be interesting to see. If you go to the WIAA website, go to Division III assignments, and you can see who is all in the regional/sectional for this area. One good thing for both Marathon and Auburndale is that Assumption's down a little bit, and the last couple of years, Pacelli, which has just been a powerhouse in girls softball, their level is way, way down from what you're used to seeing. So both teams kind of looking ahead of it and said, if we do things right, we could be playing down in Madison. So Morgan Griesbach, the pitcher, steps to the plate. First pitch to the game by Bilke-Seibert. And wrapped right back up the middle by Griesbach. First pitch of the game right down the middle. Griesbach lines it right back up the middle. Base runner. One pitch, one swing, one hit. Griesbach's on first base. I don't think many people realize how small the diamond is, how quick things happen here unless you're down there by the field. Fast-paced action. Second pitch of the game, squares a bunt. Bunt and foul. Oh, no, it hit her. So Bree Grimm, the shortstop, squared the bunt, and the ball kind of copped on the inside corner and hit Grimm. So Grimm hit by pitch, and Griesbach goes down to second base. Now batting third for the Eagles, Danica Blomberg, the catcher. Bilke Seibert on the mound. There's a strike. Camera's kind of in a good position right here. You can kind of see how close it is, inside, outside. Too hard to tell up and down, but that one did catch the outside corner. Grounded foul. Doing a little hop that hit the top of my foot. However, she's kind of lucky. It's like 51 degrees out today compared to some of those games. Oh, my gosh. 39, 38. We were working on a construction thing today, and we had snow flurries north of Little Chicago this morning. It's kind of like, man, Mother Nature's got to start being in a nice mood pretty soon. She's taking all her frustrations on us. It's going to be nice, though. Mother Nature can't have bad weather on Mother's Day, can she, Trev? No, it's destined to be good. So, here we go. Bilke Seibert winds it up. And just getting out of the way is Blomberg. Now, if you're ever in DeBrew for the boys team for a marathon, you would have stood in there and took that one. Blomberg, the catcher. Popped it up behind us. Count stays 1-2. No out. The Eagles have an opening inning threat going here. First and second. Bilke Seibert looks at the number. Coach Fred calls the plays from the dugout. Inside, in front, and the runners advance. Bilke throws one in the dirt. Gets past Staus, and the runners advance. Griesbach to third, and Grimm to second. Bilke having a little trouble with her control early on. 2-2 the count. Knocked foul. It's nice that the sun did come out. Warmed up, but it's still kind of windy out there. Nice to be inside. 2-2 the count. High. Count goes full. I'm sure if you're Blomberg, Coach Urban says it better be right where you want it. Inside. And Bilke walks the bases loaded. Blomberg goes down first. And bases are loaded for the cleanup hitter, Maya Kratzenberger, the third baseman. Bilke Seubert's got to come with strikes. Nowhere to put them. Pajeski in at third base. Force it any. Outside corner. I'm sure Coach Fred has given us signals. You're going to see a steady tide of fastballs, I would imagine. Swung early, threw a changeup that time, way in front of it. 0-2. Kratzenberger batting cleanup, third baseman for the Eagles. And she blows her by. That looked like another changeup. So, Kratzenberger down on a strikeout for the first out. Bases are still loaded. Nice job there. First two were fastballs. Again with a changeup. The last two strikes, and Kratzenberger was way ahead. That brings up the second baseman, Dalen Blomberg. Batting fifth. Another changeup out in front of it. She found her pitch. Grounded foul. Came back with a fastball. 0-2. Boy, if Marathon gets out of this one, have to call Swaybert Houdini. All right. All runners getting a good lead. As soon as the pitch leaves Bilkey's hand. Again, conference championship on the line for the Marathon Red Raiders. Change up way in front of it. Way in front of that. Man, strikeout number 2 there for Bilkey. Boy, she phoned her groove. She really struggled the first 3 batters, and she's come back with a array of fastballs and changeups, and kind of has the Eagle hitters off guard a little bit. That brings up Chesney Nagel, the center fielder. Right? Well, they got a possible run down. Nope. Stouts did the right thing, ran her back to third, kept the ball in front of her. With that short backstop here in Marathon and versus other, even at the boys' baseball field, it's such a short backstop. That ball gets past the catcher, and usually it comes back right away. You get some of those other fields, like the Athens fields, that you can kind of run all day if it goes back to the backstop. But Griesbeck was coming down the line. Grimm was halfway to third. Stouts did the right thing, just held the ball, ran her back to third. 0-1 on Nagel, the center fielder for Auburndale. Nice job by Stouts, keeping that low one in favor. Keeps the glove down, keeps the shoulders upright, stays in front. Fundamentally sound. Big pitch here, right here. Don't want to go behind 3-1 if you're Swaybert. Yes, gets the outside corner. The man in blue behind the plate's been pretty consistent so far. Been very on that outside corner. They've been legit strikes. 2-2. Let's see if Houdini, Bilkey Swaybert can get out of this one. Foul ball. Our coach coming down to make sure they know what the count is. They both looked at each other, 2-2. No place to put. Nagel, the center fielder. Ground on the ground to Schneider, and a force out is done. 6-4 for the third out in the inning, and Bilkey Swaybert pulls a Houdini. She had bases loaded with nobody out, and Marathon gets out of it by not giving up a run. But after a half inning of play, it's the Auburndale Eagles nothing, and at the bottom of the first, it's the Marathon Raiders coming here to bat. And again, we'd like to thank Zaleski Sports for putting this on the air for everyone to see, hear, and enjoy. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Looking to buy flooring today? Shop R&R Flooring and Furniture. We have more flooring in stock and ready to go than the big box stores. Over 250,000 square feet.
That's right, over 250,000 square feet of luxury vinyl planking carpet in over 150 colors.
R&R guarantees you will find what you're looking for at a price you won't find anywhere else.
Grab your new floor today or schedule an installation.
When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses,
It's easy.
come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
If you're looking for a local builder you can trust for your next home project, you found them in Underwood Construction. With decades of experience in building homes, replacing siding, decks, garages, and roofs, there is no home project they can't help with. Underwood Construction is a fully insured builder covering all of central Wisconsin. No matter your next project, if you need someone you can trust to do it right at a great price, Call Underwood Construction at 715-573-5754.
Here we're back in Marathon, where Bilkie Soibert pulled a Houdini act, as we call it. She had bases loaded but nobody out in the top of the first, and she's able to get out of it. 2 straight strikeouts and a force out, hitting the shortstop Schneider through the second base for the force out, and Marathon gets out of it by giving up no runs. Here's Marathon's chance in the bottom of the first. Facing Griesbach will be this right fielder, Brinley Stencil. Leads off. Facing Griesbach, the pitcher. Squares a bunt. Well, good thing she was still in the batter's box, because she bunted that ball, came straight down and ended up hitting her, but she was still in the batter's box. Griesbach goes with a strike. Hi, there we go, 1-1. Hey, we'd like to thank Lead Car Toyota Wausau. Discover unbeatable deals. Wausau, your full-service destination for everything Toyota, including our state-of-the-art collision center. Find us on North 20th Avenue in Wausau. And she jumps ahead, 1-2 on Stencil. Inside and high. Coach Frederickson at first, coaching. Works it full to Stencil. Big difference too, girls softball, there's no pitch limit. I know both pitchers on Tuesday were over 140 pitches each. Ooh, nice pitch. But the man in blue calls it a ball, and down to first goes Stencil with a walk. That brings up Maven Schneider, the shortstop. Stencil on first. Squares the bunt. Uh-oh. Good throw. They had her, too. Stencil said, nope. Stencil got a good jump. A good throw. They would have had her. But the catcher that time, Blomberg, kind of bounced it in front of the second baseman. The shortstop. Grimm. And Stencil on second. With nobody out. Schneider took a ball. And you can see in all these sports, generally you get a little lead early on. It kind of changed the whole complexity of the game as far as what pitchers are being thrown. And it didn't seem to hurt Bilkie Soibert. She just buckled right down last inning. Schneider, a swing and a miss. Two and one the count. Schneider pops it up behind the first base dugout. Hey, we'd like to thank Marathon Flooring. Bring your home to the next level with new floor, carpet, or upgrade from Marathon Flooring. Marathon Flooring, transforming your home from the ground up. Again, thanks for all the sponsors who make this possible to be on the air here at Zaleski Sports. Down low. Again, it's really nice that they do this, because always support these sponsors. That allows grandma and grandpa, aunt and uncle, cousins, friends to watch these games from different areas. And on these cold nights, sit in their living room and watch it on a big screen. Schneider pops it up. Right center, drifting back. And they dropped it. We had a collision out there in right center. And here comes Stencil around to score. Schneider at third. Safe. Got to give Schneider a double on that one. And then in there, and that time the center fielder, Nagel in the right field, Schulte, That ball just kept carrying that in the gap, and they just, little miscommunication, went off their glove. They both hit the ground. Stenzel had a good jump, came around to score. Schneider, after the ball was dropped, advanced to third. So Stenzel comes around to score after the old proverbial leadoff walk. Those walks are killers. So a runner on third. That brings up Danica Staus, the catcher. Grounded foul. Yeah, the wind's kind of out of the northwest today. That ball got up in the air, and the wind just kind of helped that one along. Don't have the dimensions of the field, so I couldn't tell you how far the fence is. 0-1 to Staus. Gets by her, and here comes Schneider, and she's going to score easily. So on a pass ball, Schneider comes in from third to score. That time it got past Blomberg, and it went off a little bit to the right side, and Schneider had such a good secondary lead on the pitch that she could have stood up and scored. Coach Paul Fredrickson at first, pretty happy on that, jumping out 2-0 after the way the game started. Got to find a way out of this. Count to Staus is 1-1. And down the inside corner. Staus takes a strike, 1-2. Foul. After the way the game was played Tuesday, this is any indication no lead's going to be safe. 3-0, 3-3, 5-3, 5-5. But Marathon had a lot of confidence coming in against Griesbach. Popped it up. They managed about a dozen hits off Griesbach. But due to some pretty, shall we say, poor base running decisions, they ran themselves out of a couple runs on Tuesday night. So they had confidence coming in facing Griesbach. 1-2. And drop third strike, down to first. And she's out. Good call. Yep. Drop third strike. Blomberg alertly picks it up for the first out. Reagan Martin, the left fielder, had a big hit on Tuesday night. One out. You're still in the bottom of the first. Grounds at foul. Now with the sports complex, for the first time in a long time, they actually have outdoor basketball courts available to everyone in Marathon. Don't remember the last thing that was ever possible, considering the success that Marathon basketball's had. Martin checks, but the ball hits the bat. 0-2. First baseman and the third baseman playing in, even with the bag. This is Reagan Martin's not up there to bunt. Your cleanup hitter probably got the green light to swing away at anything she likes. Woo! Wow. I would have to say that was outside, but again, our vote doesn't count. The only vote that counts is the man in blue. And it's second strikeout of the inning for Griesbach. And now batting, Ripley Skripczak, the second baseman, moved over from third on Tuesday. Way in front of it. Good change of pace from Griesbach. Another good pitch, low and inside at the knees. I like the ump. Loud vocal. That right hand goes up on that strike. You know what he called. 1-2. Griesbach trying to get the groove. On deck, Allison Pajeski, the third baseman. Back up the middle. Griesbach grabs, throws, and Skripchak goes down 1-3 for the third out of the inning. But a big inning by the Marathon Red Raiders. They put 2 across to take a 2-0 lead after 1 inning. And we'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
From carpeting options to vinyl plank, Marathon Flooring is a family-owned business focused on local service and values. In both home and commercial flooring, treating every project as its own unique style. Transform your home from the ground up with Marathon Flooring.
Come see handcrafted gifts at the Copper Mug in Marathon. Find seasonal themed decorations, clothing, and gift options in our new lower level boutique. When you shop the Copper Mug, your business supports local artists, crafters, and families in our community.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Back in Marathon with Trevor, where after 1 inning of play, it's the Auburndale Eagles 0 and the home team Marathon Red Raiders 2. Big inning last time by the Marathon Red Raiders. They put 2 across. A leadoff walk, then a double by Schneider, put 1 run across. Now batting, Grace Schilke, the right fielder. Bilky Seibert really struggled the first couple batters in the first inning, had bases loaded. And then pulled a really Houdini act, got out of the game with a strikeout, 2 strikeouts in a row, and a force out at second to get out of it. Had to do a lot of things for her confidence. Schneider was able to come across also in the bottom of the first, have to pass ball. And then Griesbach kind of settled down too. 2 straight strikeouts, then a ground out back to her. So both pitchers kind of struggled early and found their groove. 3-1. To Schilke, the right fielder. Eagles out of Auburndale. That's going to just fall down the third base line opposite field. Kind of a excuse me swing. Boy, if that would have hit the chalk line, she'd be on second. Count goes full. Ripped to right center, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Going to second. Here comes the throw, and she is. Oh, nice job by the right fielder, Brittany Stenzel. Schilke was going to go 9-4. Thought maybe she had a chance when she rounded first. The throw was to the far side of the bag, but the throw beat her. And Schneider, all she had to do was turn around and tag her out. And Schilke for the first out, but we get her a credit for a base hit on that one. Second hit of the game for the Eagles, but nice job by Stenzel, the right fielder. Count evens at 1. The sectional finals for Division 3 are be held here in Marathon this year. Nice complex. I know they're a little concerned where we're going to find all the seating arrangements. There's not a lot of bleachers, so it looks like a lot of lawn chairs will be coming in. Grounded down to first baseman, so Kahn picks it up. Sophia Kahn, the first baseman, just had to wait for the ball to get there. Take one little step to the left, and down goes Steele, the DH. 3 unassisted for the second out. Now batting, Jalen Shearer, the left fielder for the Eagles. Fouled off. Hey, Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau offers a state-of-the-art facility with excellent benefits, pay culture, and so much more. Join a growing company and get your career on the right path. Learn more and apply at GreatLakesCheese.com. Milky Seibert looking at the numbers that Coach Fredrickson called. There's a changeup. Throws Shearer. Jumps out 0-2. And bowls it right by Shearer for a strikeout and the third out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Eagles out of Auburndale. Huge play by Brittany Stengel, taking a single as Schulke tried to stretch it to a double and guns her down with a nice roll. That kind of put a squash in any rally that they want to start with. But after an inning and a half, it's the Marathon Red Raiders 2 and the visiting Auburndale Eagles nothing. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
For the very best in craftsmanship and innovative construction, put your trust in Scherer Construction. You'll see their work when you drop your kids at school, visit the public library, drive past the fire station, or even in the industrial park. Scherer Construction has helped countless homeowners with bringing their dreams to life of facilities that make our communities shine all throughout Wisconsin. For your next residential, commercial, or educational construction project, join the countless others who have put their faith in Scherer Construction. Find their location right here in Wausau or online at schererconstruction.com.
When you need automotive repairs or parts, you know right where you're headed. Parts City Auto Parts in Marathon has everything you could need to keep your vehicle on the road and looking great. Whether you're looking for replacement parts, better performance, or auto accessories, it's all right here under one roof at Parts City Auto Parts. Jump online and head to PartsCityAuto.com and you can search for just what you need, or you can stop in person on Pine Street, just off Main Street in Marathon.
We're back in Marathon for, right back up the middle goes Allison Pajeski with a single. Bottom of the second. Looks like the Red Raiders may have another rally going here. Pajeski leads off here in the bottom of the second. Drills the first pitch from Griesbach right back up the middle through her. And that brings up Miley Helke, the center fielder. And there she goes down to second. And nice throw by the catcher that time. Nice job by Blomberg. Riptech was going right off right away, no hesitation. But I'll tell you one thing, Blomberg made a great throw down to second to nail Pajeski for the first out. Retired 2-6 for the first out. Caught stealing. It's nice individual plays by the girls today. Stinzel with a nice play out in right field, and Blomberg with a nice gun to nail a wood dealer. Backs Helke off the plate. Two and one, Griesbach ahead in the count. Sorry, behind in the count. Helke bounces the first. Steps on it unassisted. Lila Belante, the first base. takes care of things herself, and Helke grounds out to the first baseman for the second out. That brings up Tyler Bilke Seibert, the pitcher. Here in the bottom of second, 2 outs. Pitcher on pitcher. Want to know the count? Beat back in the ground by Bilke Seibert. Nice crowd here today. Grounded to the second baseman, gloves it, catches it, and throws the second baseman. Dylan Blomberg retires Tyler Seibert. 4-3 for the third out. And that ends a 1-2-3 inning after a leadoff single by Pajeski. Got caught stealing. A ground out and another ground out. And after 2 complete, it's 2-0. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Chuck and Trevor back here in Marathon for the Merriwood South Conference Championship on the line. Auburndale already has a share of it because they beat Marathon on Tuesday. Marathon wants a share of it after falling behind on Tuesday. And Marathon's made a little statement early. They lead 2-0 going to the top of the third. Griesbach facing Bilke Seibert. Griesbach led off the game with a single. Was stranded at third. Again, Bilke, look at the numbers that Coach Ferguson calls. Corresponds to what pitch he wants. I don't think he wanted that pitch. Pitcher on pitcher here. Both doing a good job. Worked out a couple jams, both of them did. That's what I was waiting for. 2-1. Drilled the third baseline and off Pajesi's glove into left field. Nice smash by Griesbach there. Second hit of the game. 2 for 2. Pajeski tried to get the glove down in time. Didn't quite do it. One off the glove into left field. Well, Reagan Martin got it in, but Griesbach on base for the second time of the game with no outs. Here in the top of the third. That brings up Brieg, squares the bunt, foul. Shortstop. Was hit by a pitch in the first. No at bat. Marathon with 2 base hits. And Auburndale now with 3. There she goes. Griesbach down to second. Not in time. What a great jump she had that time. Goes down to second. So far the game, 3 hits for Marathon, 2 for Auburndale. 2 strikeouts each. Squares the bunt. Didn't offer. No. Home plate asks, but that's a hard decision to make for that ump behind shortstop. If they offer or not at a good angle, but they're going to ask. Tyler now behind in the count, 3-1, to Pregame, the shortstop. That looked like a drop ball because that came in and then dropped right off the face. Works it full. Nobody out here in the Auburndale, top of 3. Gets past her. Down to first she goes. A swinging. Fortunately, that goes down as a strikeout. But a drop ball. She goes down to first. At the pass ball, Griesbach moved to third. And the top of the order is causing trouble for Bilke Seibert again. Griesbach and Grimm both got on in the first inning with nobody out. We're stranded there. That brings up Danica Blomberg, the catcher. And down to second she goes. Does Grimm. Now second and third. Blomberg walked the first time up. Two walks given up by Bilke Seibert. Nobody out. Top of the order creating a little havoc for the Auburndale Eagles. Hit the Schneider at short. Over to first. Pulls it off the bag. And Griesbach comes in to score. Lumber gets on. That's an E6. Schneider had time, but she didn't set her feet. She caught the ball and she kind of threw off her back foot. Didn't get anything on the ball and it bounced over to Sophia Kahn, the first baseman. And that allowed Grimm to go to third and Blomberg on. And Blomberg's now at second. Nobody else. Top of the order, having a lot of success tonight against Seibert. Batted foul. Maya Kratzenberger, the third baseman, a strikeout victim in the first. Oh, 2. That's driven to right field. Center field, I'm sorry. Here comes one run. Here comes the throw. They're not going to get her. And down to second. And coming to third. Well, there's a cardinal rule right there. You got to hit a cutoff. And that throw from Hilke, the center fielder, didn't hit the cutoff. And the ball went all the way to the fence. You hit the cutoff and different things happen. But Kratzenberger, with a big base hit, now ends up all the way on third. So some careless catching by the Marathon Red Raiders. And like we said, just like the other night, on your seats because they pushed across 3 runs in the top of the third. That brings up Dalen Blomberg, a strikeout victim. Gets the ball back in, hits the cutoff, and Blomberg with a booming double. goes down to second. And she kind of slowed up a little bit there. She kind of beat on it. I don't know if there's miscommunication. And nonetheless, the Auburndale Eagles have found their way against Bilky Seibert. Kind of zeroing on her pitching, and that's kind of led to a 4-run inning. Mike Ratzenberg came around to score. Top 4 batters of this inning have all scored, and there's still nobody out. Coach Paul Fredrickson out there on the mound, settling things down. Bajesic, one of the leaders, trying to, let's get things going here. And both teams, you just can't panic. Marathon was down 3-0, came back and tied it at 3, went up 5-3. Auburndale came back and tied that up and eventually won. Same thing happening so far. 2-0 lead for the Red Raiders. Evaporated very quickly this inning. They're now down 4-2, and still nobody out. On second baseman is Blomberg. Squares the bunt. Does Chesney Nagel, the center fielder. Booming double. Third base hit this inning. Throw that in with an error. Popped up. No infield fly. Okay, Helke calls her off. And Chesney goes down for the first out. That brings up Grace Schulte, the right fielder, had a single, was gunned out by Stencil. One out. Squares the bunt. Offers. On 1. Nice pitch. Side corner. Schultke 1 for 1 with a single. Ball was thrown out. And it gets past Staus, and that allows 1-2 the count. Staus has got to make that catch. And down she goes. There's a drop third strike. And Chilke goes down with a strikeout for the second out. Game for Bilky Seibert. The DH. Grounded out to Kahn. Her first at bat, 0 for 1. Drilled right back up the middle. Bilky Seibert gloves it and retires Thiel. 1-3 for the third out, but Auburndale Eagles make a huge statement this inning. They put across 4 runs before an out was recorded, and all some nice base hits. A single. Let's see here. Single, an error, a double, and another double. Take a 4-2 lead coming into the bottom of the third inning. So with that in mind, we'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Looking for a new or different career path right here in Marathon? Look no further than AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in the Marathon Business District. Hiring for fabrication, this local company offers competitive pay and plenty of flexibility. AH Machine is locally owned and operated and is a proud supporter of the city of Marathon. Good luck to the Marathon High School athletes this season from AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in Marathon.
Wake's Pub and Grill, located in Rib Falls. Open 7 days a week. Now serving breakfast on Sunday mornings from 8 to 11:30 a.m. A proud supporter of all Edgar athletic teams. Follow us on Facebook for our specials and upcoming events. Thank you to the Edgar community for your continued support.
Hey, we're back here in Marathon. The seesaw game that we kind of expected coming in from conference championship for the Marywood South. Auburndale fell behind 2-0 early on, but it came back with a big statement here in the top of 3 with 4 runs. Griesbach now facing Peyton Brickner, the DH. If Peyton can get things going for the Marathon Red Raiders. Inside. Peyton's first at bat of the afternoon. Strike is called. He bloops one little soft fly to the second baseman that time. Dalen Blomberg drifts over to her left. That little flare and makes the catch. It'll pop up to the second baseman. First out. That brings up the leadoff hitter, Brinley Stencil. Scored in the first inning after a walk. Made a great defensive play. Gunned down a runner. In the second, gunned down Schulte, the right fielder. 1-1 the count. A little high. Two and 1 the count. To Stenzel, the right fielder for the Marathon Red Raiders. There. Over to second base and head in the gap. Stenzel's going to stretch it to a double. And stands up easily. So Stenzel, the bottom of 3. It's a 1-out double. 1 for 1. So the back and forth continues. Only 1 out. And that brings up Schneider, who drilled a double in the first to put her across. Get away. Fourth hit of the game for the Red Raiders. Pops it up behind us. One and 1 the count. Stays even. Get far enough away for Stenzel to advance to third. Good job by Bomber keeping it in front of her. A little low. 3 and 1 the count to Schneider. Five hits for the Eagles, 4 for the Red Raiders. A timeout on the field here. Coach coming in to discuss something, don't know what. we'll have to kind of see. And we'll also like to thank Peterson Creamer Funeral Home. Peterson Creamer Funeral Home is committed to providing compassionate care for each customer. I don't know if she thought she let off early. The umps converge. Safe is ruled. 3-1 the count to Schneider. Schneider boops one into right field. Right fielder underneath it. Stenzel tags. Will advance to third. And she advances the runner up for the second out. But Stenzel goes to third. That's huge because a pass ball could get her in. That brings up Danica Staus, the catcher. A strikeout victim in the first. Squares, pulls it back. Offered. Staus didn't think so. Chuck Ballschwager, the third base coach for the Red Raiders. Always shouting encouragement to the Lady Red Raiders. Constantly remind him, you can't affect what just happened, but you can affect what will happen. 1-1. Stenzel on third. After leadoff, Staus falls it off. Raiders would like to get this run across. Work count even at 2. Oh, she swung at a ball way outside. South chases one way outside. Goes down on a strikeout for the second time today. And that's for the third out. They strand Stenzel to third after a double. And after 3 complete, it's the Marathon Red Raiders 2 and the visiting Auburndale Eagles 4. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
I knew I wanted to start an agency that honored those small town values like relationships and service. Our mission is to sell insurance ethically and with integrity to protect our clients' needs today, tomorrow, and in the future.
Not everybody understands insurance, and it's a good day when I can help give peace of mind.
When working with Access Insurance, we are a team, so you don't just get one of us, you get all 4 of us.
Access Insurance Agency, our business revolves around you.
Hey, we're back here in Marathon where the Auburndale Eagles have taken the lead over the home team Marathon Red Raiders 4-2, entering the top of the 4th. The top of the lineup for Auburndale has just been brutal on Bilky Seibert. They've scored all the runs at the top of the order. She hasn't got the first 3 batters out for Auburndale, and they've done all the damage. But with all that in mind, once you get through the top 4, she's really held them in check and maintain a 4-2 lead for Auburndale. Rounded to third. Oh, she should have picked that up. I don't know why she let that go. And that time, Jalen Sure, the left fielder, gets a base hit. And that one, but Jessica, I don't know why she let that one go. She should have picked that up. She had a play on first if she picks it up, but it's a single for sure. Coach Ferguson calls a timeout for the Marathon Red Raiders. Kind of getting organized here, and we'd like to thank the Copper Mug. Marathon's favorite place for holiday, festive, and local home decor is the Copper Mug. This local gem is filled with excellent gifts for friends and family and a great selection of woodwork, handmade items, and so much more. Find them on Facebook or stop by the Copper Mug in Marathon. There's going to be a pitching change here. Projects coming in for Bilky Seibert, and maybe we'll get a change, a little bit of momentum for that. So with that in mind, we'll take a little break here on Zaleski Sports, where the Marathon Red Raiders trail the visiting Auburndale Eagles 4-2. Back after these announcements.
Here at Brickner Motors, in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep, and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us. Marathon's favorite bowling alley and family fun center is Marathon Sports Center on Highway 107 in Marathon. Birthday parties, nights out with the family, night leagues, dinner with the family, and so much more is all at Marathon Sports Center. Open for lunch and dinner on Wednesday through Sunday with a menu that includes burgers, pizza, nachos, Friday fish fry, and so much more. The fun, energetic atmosphere with plenty of TVs to watch the big game and plenty of space for your next celebration or event at Marathon Sports Center on Highway 107 in Marathon.
All we're going to say is, what the heck is happening here? Marathon really fell apart that time. They brought in a pitcher change. Pajesic. Griesbach leads off. Ends up on third because of really bad throwing. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Griesbach still at bat. All right, there we go. Griesbach still at bat. But that time, Jalen Shearer stole second. The play goes into center field. The center fielder throws it back in, and no one knows where the ball went, and she ends up going to third. Jessica rears back and says, I've had enough of this. Down goes Griesbach with a strikeout. And Jalen Shearer, that time Danica Staus should have never thrown the ball. She should just ate it in a wild throw in and then a wild throw back in from the outfield, and everyone's kind of looking around, what's going on here? But let's see if Pajesic can stop the bleeding. Squares the bunt. Strike is called. Six strikeouts. Pops it over to right field. The fall. Stencil gives a chase. In the second base. Nice clean hit, double that time. Stenzel chased it down with help from Helke, gets it back in. And that brings across Jalen Shearer for Auburndale's fifth run of the game. Nice solid hit that time by Grimm. Popped up. That's going to be out of play. Oh, I guess not. The wind kept it in. That just kept drifting and drifting, and Staus does a nice job chasing it over against the fence. And Blomberg goes down. We looked at that ball going up, and all of a sudden it like hit a windstorm, and it kind of stopped, and all of a sudden it came right back in, and Staus kept after it. That's 2 outs now. Kratzenberger follows it back. A single and a strikeout, 1 for 2, and a run scored. Pajicic now in there. Much more velocity than Bilky Seibert had. 2 outs. I think Coach Fredrickson saw enough at the top of the order having their way with Bilky Seibert, had to bring in Pajicic. Change up misses. But the Red Raiders really playing some poor fundamental baseball. A lot of throwing mistakes. 2-1 the count. Top of 4. Grimm on second. And Kratzenberger draws a walk. First and second. Only the third walk of the game given up by the Marathon pitchers. Auburndale's only given up 1 walk so far. Dylan Blomberg, the second baseman. Strikeout victim and a double. Knocked in a couple runs back in the third. Fouled back. Count evens at 1. Top of 4. Pajicic, 2 outs for her. Looking for that third one on Blomberg. Outside corner. Sure wonder when Mother Nature, like I said, there's people wearing stocking caps, parkas, wrapped up in blankets, and it's May. We're counting on Mother Nature to come through on Mother's Day for us, so. Check swing. Checks her wrist for the pitch. Coach Fredrickson wants. 2-2. Again, Auburndale with a 7-0 record in conference. Marathon 6-1. Rona to shortstop. Schneider gloves, throws, and retires Blomberg. 6-3 for the third out, but they get one. The Auburndale Eagles push a run across here in the top of 4 to extend their lead to 5-2, and we'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Okay, we're back here in Marathon, where the Marathon Red Raiders hope to cut into the lead that Auburndale has taken, 5-2. Auburndale over Marathon. Leading off for Marathon will be the left fielder, Reagan Martin, a strikeout victim in the first. Shortstop, picks, throws. Nice job by Grimm, the shortstop. Martin hits one on the ground. Grimm shifts over, picks it up, and retires Martin for the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. Ripley Skripczak. Bounce one back to Griesbach in the first. Imagine if you're Griesbach, you got a lot of confidence right now. You got 5-2 lead. You can afford to make a mistake here and there. A little more adventurous with your pitches. Late swing by Ripley. That'll be nice as a pitcher. You know you don't have to have your full focus on every pitch. You got a good defense behind you. And Marathon's got to be a little bit more selective. Pops it up. Grimm going back. Of the inning, and that brings up Allison Pajeski. A single, but was thrown out by Blomberg in the second. 1-for-1. Down the first base, foul. Coach Fredrickson in his cat quick reflexes. And past him. Pitcher on pitcher here. But Jesse came in on relief for Belke Seibert. Belke Seibert did a nice job once she got through the top four hitters. The top four hitters from Auburndale, it was like murderer's row for her. She couldn't get them out. And that's where all the damage has been done so far for Auburndale. Six hits for Auburndale. Throwing their 2 walks. A lot of people on the base path. Three and 1. 2 outs. As the coach said, everything after 2. Miley Helke and Danica Stokes, the only seniors for the Red Raiders this year. Pops it up, and that's going to drift out of play. The fans scatter, and no one makes the catch. Oh, that looked like Mrs. Stencil down there. She was bailing. She could have made the catch. Looks like her husband pushed her in the way so he wouldn't get hit. Nice husband there. It's Mother's Day. You better be nice to her. Count goes full. And Majeski's goes down the strikeout variety for the third out. So Griesbach retires the Red Raiders in order here in the bottom of the fourth. And we'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Looking to buy flooring today? Shop R&R Flooring and Furniture. We have more flooring in stock and ready to go than the big box stores. Over 250,000 square feet.
That's right, over 250,000 square feet of luxury vinyl planking carpet in over 150 colors.
R&R guarantees you will find what you're looking for at a price you won't find anywhere else.
Grab your new floor today or schedule an installation.
When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses,
it's easy.
Come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
If you're looking for a local builder you can trust for your next home project, you found them in Underwood Construction. With decades of experience in building homes, replacing siding, decks, garages, and roofs, there is no home project they can't help with. Underwood Construction is a fully insured builder covering all of central Wisconsin. No matter your next project, if you need someone you can trust to do it right at a great price, Call Underwood Construction at 715-573-5754.
Back here in Marathon, where the Marathon Red Raiders trail the visiting Auburndale Eagles 5-2 in the top of 5. Hey, we'd like to stop Ridgetop Exteriors. Ridgetop Exteriors, just like these players bringing their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has a winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. Jessica with the first pitch, and falling it back is Chesley Nagel, the center fielder, 0 for 2. Grounded out to short and popped it up to center field. But Jacob rears back, a high strike. Hey, Sure Construction, with an office right here in Wausau. Sure Construction offers commercial and custom home construction expertise throughout Wisconsin. For your next construction project, look no further than Sure Construction. Check out their beautiful work at sureconstruction.com. Throw down the first, and not needed. 0-2 the count. To Nagel, the center fielder for Auburndale. And Majestic changes speed, and Nagel goes down via the strikeout. Seven strikeouts for the Marathon Red Raider pitchers. Now batting Grace Schulte, the right fielder. Singled and thrown out at second, and a strikeout. 1 for 2. Out of play. Hefferman Learning Center. When school feels overwhelming, families need support they can trust. Hefferman Learning Center provides personal, academic tutoring, and skill development to help students feel confident, capable, and supported. Find more at HeffermanLearningCenter.com. Down the third base line. Everyone's get out of the way. Boy, a couple bottles of Mountain Dew hit the ground. No one was ready. I think all those gentlemen down there were mid gossip. No one caught the ball. One and 2 the count. A little high. Two and 2 the count. Rounded to Ripley picks it up, throws. Nice job there. Ripley Skripchak makes a nice defensive play that time. On Schulte that time. 5-3, she moved to her left, gloved it, and all one motion, gunned her down for the second out. Good fundamental footwork, too. She was really, wasn't just arm. She got her feet set, shoulder pointed. Nice throw, nice pickup. 2 down. You see that with so many people. It's all in their footwork. If they get their feet set, they're using their whole body to throw. You see a lot of these younger kids, male and female, throwing with their arm, instead of using their feet to get themselves set. Fundamentals. Any sport. You get the feet working, the rest of the body can follow. And with that in mind, 1 and 1 here to Thiel, the DH. Grounded out to the pitcher, and the first baseman, 0 for 2. Jessica hoping to retire a 1-2-3. And does. And Pachesek with a strikeout. 2 of the 3 outs this inning were strikeout variety. And Pachesek gets a 1-2-3 inning for Marathon, only the second time tonight versus the Auburndale Eagles. But with that in mind, come to the bottom of the 5. It's the Auburndale Eagles 5, the Marathon Raiders 2. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
From carpeting options to vinyl plank, Marathon Flooring is a family-owned business focused on local service and values. They specialize in both home and commercial flooring, treating every project as its own unique style. Transform your home from the ground up with Marathon Flooring.
Come see handcrafted gifts at the Copper Mug in Marathon. Find seasonal themed decorations, clothing, and gift options in our new lower level boutique. When you shop the Copper Mug, your business supports local artists, crafters, and families in our community.
We're back here in Marathon. We're in the bottom of 5. Marathon hoping to get a rally going. They haven't done much since the first inning. Griesbach has been really, really effective with her pitches so far. Have shut down the Red Raiders after the first inning. The Red Raiders have not scored since the first and trail 5-2 here in the bottom of 5. But for the Red Raiders hoping to get it going, Miley Hilke, the center fielder, rounded out the first baseman in the second. Griesbach kind of having her way. Hilke pound one into the ground. On 1. Make that 0-2. Hilke sees it go a little outside. Good patience. Let's go to the waste pitch by Griesbach. Your head 0-2. Throw a waste pitch. Maybe they'll chase it. Hilke watches it inside and low. Works it full. Griesbach gathers herself. Takes a walk to the back of the circle. And ready. Hilke pounds it in. And the shortstop, gloves, throws, and gets there. Nice job by Grimm, the shortstop. What's so fundamentally sound, she attacked that ball instead of letting it come to her, and that gave her the half step needed to retire Hilke 6-3 for the first out. That brings up Tyler Belke Seibert. Round out to the second baseman, 0 for 1. Grounds on down in between first and second, and they have a base runner. Tyler Belke Seibert waited on that one, found the opening between the first and second baseman that time, and punched it to right field for a base hit. Only the 5th one for the Red Raiders. That brings up Peyton Brickner, the DH. Popped up to the second baseman in the 3rd. We're in the 5th. Conference championship, Marywood South. Right back up the middle goes Peyton Brickner, and we smell a rally here. That's got to feel good for her, little confidence. And that brings up the top of the order, Brinley Stencil. Like they say, you got to make hay when you can, and right now the Raiders have a chance to make some hay. 1 out. Stencil a walk and a double. So if you're the base runner, Belky Seibert, you don't want to get caught off second. Coach Chuck at third reminding her. Gave him the thumbs up. Popped up. A foul ball. Nice job by Blomberg, the catcher. Was going foul. She made a nice diving jab at it. Just missed. Good hustle. Even the count at 1 for Stenzel. Check swing. Boy, don't get caught off there, Seibert. 2-1 the count. Poor base running cost the Red Raiders Tuesday against Auburndale. Looks like Stenzel was taken. Count goes 2-2. Stenzel looking for something she can hit. Inside. He's been very consistent with that inside. The man in blue behind the plate is much more lenient on that outside strike than he is on the inside. Count goes full for Stenzel. See if Griesbach attacks her with a fastball. And pops it up. And they get back. Yep, 6 there for the second out. Good job by Brickner and Seibert to stay close to the bag on that one. And they knew it was going to get caught and hustled back. And that brings up Maven Schneider. A double and a pop out to right field. Pops it up again. Second baseman camps under it and retires it for the third out. Pop up the second baseman that time for the third out. And down after getting 2 runners on with 1 out. Red Raiders couldn't punch it across. And now we enter the 6th with the Red Raiders trailing 5-2 to the visiting Auburndale Eagles. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
For the very best in craftsmanship and innovative construction, put your trust in Scherer Construction. You'll see their work when you drop your kids at school, visit the public library, drive past the fire station, or even in the industrial park. Scherer Construction has helped countless homeowners with bringing their dreams to life, and hundreds of businesses create beautiful facilities that make our communities shine all throughout Wisconsin. For your next residential, commercial, municipal, or educational construction project, join the countless others who have put their faith in Scherer Construction. Find their location right here in Wausau or online at schererconstruction.com.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
We're back here in Marathon. Marathon had a little 1-0 rally with runners on first and second here in the bottom of 5, but couldn't get it done. The top 2 hitters, Brindley, Stenzel, and Maven Schneider, had a chance to bring some runs in, didn't. Both of them popped out. But Griesbach's been pitching tough the whole game. And that brings up Jalen Schur, the left fielder for the Auburndale Eagles. Pajesic on the mound. Schur, a strikeout victim and a single. That's out of play down the right field line. That's 1-1 the count. Fouled back. Pajesic ahead in the count. That 4-run third for Auburndale. Been the big difference in the game. They were down 2-0. They came back with vengeance in the third. And that kind of took the wind out of the old sails of the Marathon Red Raiders. Ripley, gloves, throws, and finishes. Sure. Ripley does a nice job defensively at third base. That brings up Morgan Griesbach, the pitcher. A single, 2 singles, and a strikeout. 2 for 3. Popped up. Second baseman Seibert going back and makes the play to retire Griesbach for the second out. That brings up Bree Grimm, the shortstop. Hit by pitch, a double, and a drop third strikeout, but advanced on the drop, called strike. Done a nice job defensively at short today. Two out. Top of 6 here. Out of play. Look out down the first baseline. Down the first baseline, and it is a fair ball for Grimm, the shortstop. Kind of hit them where they ain't. Single for Grimm. Been on base all 4 times she's been up. Drop third strike, a hit by pitch. That brings up Blomberg, the catcher. Grimm on first, 2 out. Ripped down the third base line, and that's going to be fair. Bobbled out in left field by Martin, and around comes Grimm to score. All the way from first to score, and Blomberg with a stand-up double to stretch the lead to 6-2. She must have did something because they called a timeout. They want the ball. Auburndale coach Urban is saying something, but she must have accomplished something pretty cool to want the ball. Maybe a RBI or a hit. Comes back, takes the ball. Maybe all the girls are signed it after the game. Blomberg, the catcher, with a nice 2-out double to extend the lead. Drilled deep left, and that's gone. Maya Kratzenberger takes one deep, and I mean deep over the left center fence, and she's going to touch them all. Blomberg comes back in to score also, and the lead is now ballooned to even more. They're really dialed in on Pajesic, and right now, not a lot of sign of life for the Marathon Red Raiders. The lead increases to 8-2 now for Auburndale. So she got all that one. It's like hitting off the batting tee. Right over the Brickner Motor sign. Hey, we'd like to thank Marathon Spine and Wellness. Too many people live with pain and injuries. At Marathon Spine and Wellness, the goal is to get you back enjoying the activities you love, pain-free, with years of experience, cutting technological options, and shock wave therapy, laser therapy, dry needling, chiropractic, therapeutic exercises, and more. Take the first step towards getting back to the you that you deserve. Call Marathon Spine and Wellness for an appointment today. Marathon Spine and Wellness. Move better, live better, feel better. Talking about feeling better, Auburndale feels a lot better than they did a while ago. Not so much for the Marathon Red Raiders. 2 out, trailing 8-2. There, Pajesic finds a strike. Boy, the top of the order done some major damage for Auburndale. 7 runs by the top 4 hitters. Inside. Grimm with 2 runs scored. Blomberg with 2 runs scored. Kratzenberger with 2 runs scored. Top 4 good hitters. There, finds the outside corner on Blomberg. Second baseman, strikeout victim, a double. And a ground out to the shortstop. 1-2. Strike 3 is called. Drop third strike down the first. And Dalen Blomberg is retired with a strikeout for the third out of the top of the 6th. But Auburndale tacks them on with 3 more here in the top of 6 to extend their lead to 8-2 over the Marathon Red Raiders. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
We're back here in Marathon, where the Auburndale Eagles have really kind of took this game over and, as they would say, kind of put the topper on it. And right now, unless Marathon can find some base hitting, which they haven't done all game, they've scored 2 runs right away in the first inning, and after that, they haven't got a run across. Griesbach has been really tough on them, not allowing hardly any base runners, where the top 4 in the order for Auburndale has just been brutal on Marathon pitching. But leading off here, Danica Staus, the catcher, strikeout victim twice, 0 for 2. Griesbach having away with the Marathon hitters. And you think about it, she's only got 3 strikeouts, but they just can't get a base hit. A lot of pop-ups, a lot of ground-outs. There's a pop-up to right center. Hey, Staus takes one in the gap. She's going to go into second standing up, and maybe she's going all the way to third. Wow. That's what I call aggressive base running. Staus didn't stop, and she's going to get a triple on that one. She hit one in the gap to right center, and she just kept running. She saw the throw coming in. The throw was a little offline. Of course, the cutoff didn't go out there very far. Grimm should have been out there in the outfield grass to get that cutoff. She stayed on the infield, and Staus just ran right past her. There's that base runner they needed. Reagan Martin, 0 for 2. Hits one in the hole, bounce over Grimm's glove, and Staus comes in to score. So maybe that's the rally they're talking about. Reagan Martin with a base hit. Grimm was right there, but right before Grimm put the glove out, it just took a bad bounce and popped right over her. No error on that one, just a lucky bounce. If you're Marathon. Ripley Skripjack now up. No outs. A little bit of life for the Marathon Red Raiders. There's an inside strike. Popped up behind us. One, 2. Grease box in charge. Script check 0 for 2. And goes fishing. Comes up empty. Goes down for a strikeout. First out here in the bottom of 6. That brings up Allison Pajesk. A single. And was thrown out stealing and a strikeout. 1 for 2. That's going to right to the right field. It had a nice play on that one. The right fielder that time, Grace Shilty, had it played perfect. It looked like it might drop in there, but she was confident where she was and retires. Jessica for the second out. That brings up Miley Helke, one of the 2 seniors with Staus. 0 for 2. Reagan Martin on first. Inside, strike, good call. 1 and 2 the count to Helke, the senior. Center fielder. Again, Griesbach. He's only struck out 4, 5. Make that 6. And down the strikeout goes Helke. So we're entering the top of the 7th where Auburndale has forged ahead an 8-3 lead. Marathon does get one back in the bottom of 6, but nonetheless, they still trail 8-3. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
When you need automotive repairs or parts, you know right where you're headed. Parts City Auto Parts in Marathon has everything you could need to keep your vehicle on the road and looking great. Whether you're looking for replacement parts, better performance, or auto accessories, it's all right here under one roof at Parts City Auto Parts. Jump online and head to PartsCityAuto.com and you can search for just what you need, or you can stop in person on Pine Street, just off Main Street in Marathon.
Weeks Pub and Grill, located in Rib Falls. Open 7 days a week. Now serving breakfast on Sunday mornings from 8 to 11:30 a.m. A proud supporter of all Edgar athletic teams. Follow us on Facebook for our specials and upcoming events. Thank you to the Edgar community for your continued support.
We're back in Marathon where the Auburndale my apologies sincerely. The Auburndale Eagles have forged an 8-3 lead and have kind of laid claim to the conference championship of the Marywood South with this lead. I think a stunning comeback by the Marathon Red Raiders to prevent that from happening here in the 7th. Leading off, popping up foul on the right side, Chesney Nagel, a strikeout victim, a pop-up and a ground out. 0 for 3 officially. But Jessica on the mound. Grounder to Kahn. Nope, she goes back in between first and second. Goes Nagel and a single. That was a tough one. Kahn couldn't really get over there, and Bilke Seibert couldn't quite cover it. It was they call it in between land where neither one of them could really get it. If Kahn does glove it, but Jessic was not there to cover, base hit. Squares the bunt. Gets past her. Schulte, the right fielder, squared the bunt. Goes past her, and down to second goes Nagel. Right back up the middle goes that one. And coming around to score. Again, got to hit the cutoff on that one. Doesn't hit the cutoff, and the runner goes down to second on that one. So Nagel comes around to score. She'll be the right fielder with a single. Yeah, you hit the cutoff on that one. The cutoff should have been right there by the pitcher's mound. No cutoff. That allowed her to go down to second. 9-3. Squares the bunt. Takes a strike. Staying at second is Schulte. She went down to second on the throw. A single. She went to second on a bad throwing decision by Helke. There's a strike. Still no outs for the Auburndale Eagles. They got one run across already here in the top of 7. Foul ball right side, out of play. Brenna Thiel, the DH. 0 for 3. 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Schulte, the right fielder, at second base. Oh, 2 the count. The game was pretty fast-paced early on. But in the third, when Auburndale kind of broke it open with 4 runs, the Red Raiders just kind of lost any momentum they had. Down to third goes Schulte. Little high. Auburndale's been able to do what Marathon has not, score some runs. And there's a strikeout victim. Brandon Thiel goes down. A strikeout for the first one. That brings up Jalen Shearer, the left fielder. A strikeout, a single, and a ground out. 1 for 3. Ball. Auburndale has, like I said, made a statement that the Marywood South wants is going to be our conference, and as of right now, they're showing it. And in seeding purposes, that's huge because Auburndale will be seated in front of Marathon. They both entered tonight's game with identical 13-2 overall records. Down strikeout variety goes Scherer, the second one of the inning. That brings up Griesbach, the pitcher. A single, 2 singles, a strikeout, and a ground out. 2 for 4 for Griesbach. 2 outs here in the top of 7. Outside strike. Guy behind the plate has done a really nice job tonight, very consistent. Third base line foul. Falls behind in the count, 0-2. A little high. Gets Byron. Here comes to score. Schulke comes in from third to score on the pass ball. Stretches the lead to 10-3. Auburndale over the Red Raiders. 2-2 the count. Bases are now empty for Griesbach. Popped it up behind us. A little high. Count goes full. And Griesbach goes down first with a base on balls. That brings up Bree Grimm, the shortstop. What a nice all-around game she's had today. A single, a double, hit by pitch, and on to adopt third strike. Been on base all 4 times. Pops one up behind us. Inside, Griesbach stays. For Pregame, you can't worry about the runner. That really means nothing when you're down 10-3. Focus on Grimm, I'm sorry. Schneider shortstop, gloves, doesn't make the throw, and Grimm's on again. Schneider had to go really deep to the hole to her right. Griesbach goes down to second, and Grimm is on again with a single. Even if she makes that play cleanly, I don't think she gets Grimm going down the first base line. Too much speed. That brings up Blomberg, the catcher. A walk, error, pop-up, and a double. Difference in games, too, as far as base hits. Tuesday night, Marathon had 11 or 12 base hits off of Griesbach. Entirely different story today. Only 8 base hits. Right back up the middle, that one goes. Griesbach coming around to score. And Blomberg with a single. And Grimm going down. There's that top 4 again. Just been brutal, the Marathon pitching. The top four. Kratzenberger, Blomberg, Grimm, and Griesbach have scored 8 of the 11 runs for Auburndale. Maya Kratzberger with a monster home run in the 6th. Touched them all. Dead center home run. Marathon pitchers really struggling today. Find that strike zone. Just not as sharp as she was Tuesday over at Auburndale. Gets a swinging strike. Foul ball. 1-2. There's a strike. Yep. A little confusion there. He called a strike. There's a runner on first. I don't know what he called. Yep. So that goes down. They get Kratzenberger on a strikeout to end the top of 7th with 2 runs scored for the Auburndale Eagles. And that makes it 11-3. We'll be back after more announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Looking for a new or different career path right here in Marathon? Look no further than AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in the Marathon Business District. Hiring for fabrication and more, this local company offers competitive pay and plenty of flexibility. AH Machine is locally owned and operated and is a proud supporter of the city of Marathon. Good luck to the Marathon High School athletes this season from AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in Marathon.
There you are in Marathon. Hey, we like to thank Underwood Construction for a custom-built home. You want to work with the best, and you'll get the best with Underwood Construction. Right here in Marathon is a perfect place to turn. For your next home building experience, look for the great Underwood Construction crew. And that brings up Tyler Bilkey-Seibert to face Griesbach here in the bottom of 7th. Fouls it off. Seibert with a single. And a ground out. 1 for 2 for her. We also like to thank J&R Auto for automotive repair and detailing. Marathon turns to J&R Auto on Main Street. Everything from check engine lights, brakes, exhaust, suspension, and more. No matter the automotive problem, J&R Auto is here to help. That's J&R Auto for your auto repair needs in Marathon. Griesbach back in there. Bilkey-Seibert takes a ball, 1-1. This is a long girls softball game. Usually 2 hours. You don't see many lows. And Seibert swings and misses. Makes the count 1-2 in Griesbach's favor. Fouls it off. Hey, we'd like to thank Access Insurance for all your personal, business, auto, and life insurance needs. There's always a local agent you can look at Access Insurance. Have a friend in your corner to customize the coverage you need. Learn more at accessinsurance.net. Access Insurance Agency, their business revolves around you. And business tonight, Griesbach on the mound. There it is. And Tyler Slyboard leads off with her second base hit. Off Grease, 2 for 3. That brings up Peyton Brickner. A single and a pop-up. And she advances to second on that one. See what Griesbach does. Rears back. Brickner 1 for 2. I think if you're Auburndale, you could care less about East Seibert on second. Means nothing as far as runs go. Three and 0 the count to Brickner. I'm sure she's got the red light. You are not swinging. Make her throw a strike. And she does. 3-1 the count. No outs. Somewhat life for the Marathon Red Raider girls. And that's going to be fall down the left field line. Count goes full to Brickner. And there it is. Called third strike on the outside corner. Down goes Brickner for the first out. That brings off the leadoff hitter, Brittany Stencil. A pop-up, a double, and a walk. 1 for 2 officially. Bookie Seibert on second. Grounded foul. Auburndale will definitely win the Merriwood South softball championship this year, leading 11-3, bottom of 7. Check swing. One, 2. Stencil falls behind in the count. And down goes Stencil with a strike. Second out of the inning. That brings up Maven Schneider, the shortstop. I think Griesbach's going to say, I'm going to take it myself. 2 strikeouts so far, the only 2 outs of the inning. Infinity Exteriors, installing a peace of mind. Roofing, siding, and windows built to last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. Infinity Exteriors. Hey, please stay tuned for the post-game sponsor show by Merrill Steel. Sponsorship will interview some players of the game from Auburndale. Ball strike high. Moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest. Apply at merrillsteel.com. Thank you for the post-game sponsor, Merrill Steel. Thank you for all the sponsors here on Zaleski Sports. Popped up. And there it is. Ball game. And the Auburndale Apaches are the Merriwood South Conference Championship in 2026. We'll be back after these announcements for some post-game interviews on Zaleski Sports. Back after these announcements.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site. Finally, the last stage in our process is shipping. Our transit company, Merrill Steel Transit Services, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Merrill Steel Incorporated, consisting of more than 20 state-of-the-art trucks designed for transporting oversized and overweight shipments, along with hundreds of trailers ranging from 48-foot flatbeds to heavy-haul Jeep and booster combinations. We employ only the most highly skilled professional drivers, highly experienced mechanics, and knowledgeable office staff who work as a team to provide cost-effective service in a timely manner. Our shipping fleet is a major reason why we are able to be competitive throughout North America, including the contiguous 48 states, Alaska, and Canada. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about us. We look forward to having you join us in building it big.
Hey, Chuck Wolfel back here at Marathon, where tonight the Auburndale Eagles have won the outright Merriwood South Conference Softball Championship. Ladies, how's it feel? What we got here is Morgan Griesbach, Bree Grimm, and Danica Blomberg. Danica, 100th career hit century mark. Nice job.
Thank you.
Now what?
I just said thank you.
Well, how does it feel to get 100 hits? I mean, you had to play for a lot of time, a lot of summer, a lot of extra work. How does it feel?
It feels really good because, like, I was really close to getting my 100th hit last Saturday because I was 4 away, and then all of a sudden I just couldn't make good contact anymore, and I kept getting errors or, like, striking out. Like, I had my first 2 strikeouts against Allison, but now I got my 100th hit, and now I can hit again, so I'm not in my head anymore.
Well, I think if you got 100 hits, you don't have to worry about hitting again. Yeah. You just keep on hitting, right?
Yeah. I would like to thank my parents for helping me along with this, and my hitting coach, Danny Costa, because without those guys and my other coaches, I wouldn't be here where I am today.
And it's the coaching and extra time you spend by yourself, too, making yourself better, which a lot of people do. Morgan, pitching, it seemed like they had your number a little bit on Tuesday night, a little bit more hits, but tonight you kind of buckled down and kind of were able to control what was going on a little bit more. Didn't have as many strikeouts, but they couldn't hit the ball.
Yeah, no, me and Danny talked about this earlier. We were talking about where to pitch them and, like, coming in here and, like, knowing, like, we have a big, good D behind us and, like, just understanding, like, getting those ground outs, like, in pop-ups, like, that Breeley can get, like, that's an easy out for us.
And you did a good job. You know, your battery mate here at the catcher Blomberg. Did you guys talk in between innings? What you're going to do? How are you going to handle that? What's going to happen?
Yeah, so we actually go on the side with Coach Schuler, and anyways, we talk about like what we're gonna pitch next inning, this and that, and like we're gonna pitch. Sorry, we're gonna pitch like how we want to produce ground balls like we did tonight.
And you did a lot of that too. And talk about a defense, Bree. I got you officially. You were up 5 times on base all 5 times. You took a hit by pitch. You had some hits. Dropped third strike. You still got on base. You were like a machine out there, and defensively, you did a great job.
Yeah, thank you. It's an honor to play with our girls and to be able to be a part of something that we have that's so good. And yeah.
Did you envision? I mean, everyone talks about it. Did you envision a conference championship coming into the year?
Well, that was on my individual and team goal, but we wanted it really bad, so I think that also led into how well we played tonight.
Sure. And now you got the conference championship. You know, you want to finish the season strong. Now you got the playoffs coming up, and that's a whole different ballgame because one bad inning can ruin it. But I think you guys got to have a lot of confidence coming up the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah?
This was a good game to get under our belts, just to show that we could, and to come out with a win the other night against them. That was a big win.
It was a really good girls any softball game the other night, extra innings and things like that. So with that in mind, you know, again, congratulations on conference championship, Marywood South. You got to say anything for Zaleski Sports? Luke, who's it?
Yeah. I'm Danica Blomberg.
I'm Morgan Griesbach.
I'm Breeley Grimm.
And we're in the house.
All right. Thanks, ladies. Good job. Oh. No interview, sorry.